Hey, hi, how are you? I know it's been a little while, and but I want to follow up on the previous video I did on home-based safety and safety at home, and the do-it-yourselfers out there who tend to ignore safety. And as I said, as a quick thing, this picture was staged, and I just asked for people to collaborate and contribute to what they saw is wrong with it, because realistically, I see these sort of things all the time when I'm out for walks or whatever the case may be, or just driving by, and I see it with not only contractors, but also people doing repairs around the home. So we should be safe at home. So let's take a look at this picture, and then we'll look at some of the comments. And so one that was brought in by a fellow named Hardknot111, he said, if that is a reciprocating saw you're using, to cut that wood, it could be quite loud. Let's call the hazard exposure to loud noise. And he's right. So if we look at it, you can see it's me. It's not a contractor. It's just a person. And me. And I'm not wearing any hearing protection. And yes, when you're cutting anything and that close to the saw, it can be quite loud. Even a set of just regular earplugs will help and reduce that sound by as much as 30 decibels. So that's one. Now, moving along, the next one was contributed by someone named A. Rudolph 2. And he said, may need more PPE for using the jigsaw. Gloves, perhaps, yeah. And likely, if you looked, it's really closely, and I'll just blow up the picture, but I'm really only wearing my prescription lenses. So some safety lenses would be a good thing to be over top of it, especially if I do things like hit nails or whatever. Because that could get tossed back with the blade and hit me in the eye or something to that effect. So yeah, some more PPE. He also noted the ladder may be improperly being utilized. And before I move any further, David Greeno weighed in with that with the ladder as well. And he said the contractor appears to be working on a ladder that's not set up properly and folded against a wall. Absolutely correct. A step ladder should not be folded up and leaned against a wall. It's supposed to be used as a step ladder, completely expanded, and you should be working within the confines of the ladder. In other words, keeping your center of gravity over top of the ladder whenever possible, or over top of the center of the ladder wherever possible. He said it would be working better if he was working on scaffolds and wearing a hard hat, and then he did note proper eye protection and appropriate gloves. Scaffolding would be a bit difficult in there, and a lot of times people that are doing repairs around the home won't use it, but they will use a stepladder, so at least recommending safe use of a stepladder is the best thing. Garrett Hasher, I'm sorry, Garrett, if I mispronounced everything, sorry about that. But the ladder's not being used properly. The shoulders are outside the ladder and absolutely need safety glasses, and the feet aren't in the same rungs. Well said. Because what happens is your center of gravity is pushed outside of the ladder. So let's look at a couple of more things here that you might want to consider as well. Noting the ladder leaned against the wall, if you look, there's a lot of debris underneath the ladder. And ideally, you should keep below your ladder, like below the surface immediately below your ladder, clean. So when you're coming down, you're not going to trip or sprain an ankle. The other thing is the electrical cord, well knotted, is good, but ideally it should be running alongside the house versus on an angle where people moving around could trip on it. If it's running along the side of the house, nobody's going to walk along the wall. So there you go. And if I've missed anything at all, please feel free to weigh in the comments. Now, have a look at this picture and feel free to weigh in the comments and tell me what your thoughts are. And what you see might be wrong with it. Once again, it's a ladder issue. And anyway, until I see you again, please do me a favor. Even when you're working around the house, be a safety leader and lead by example. Okay? Provoke safety. Take care. Bye for now.